What's up, Crunch fam, and welcome back for another deep dive
Oh, yeah.
into a story that is so wild, you'll think we made it up. But trust me, this one is 100% real.
Wow.
We're taking you inside the walls of a Florida prison for a tale that's part love story,
Okay.
part ingenuity, and a whole lot of, wait, how is that even possible?
It really does make you question everything you thought you knew about prison life.
Okay, so get this an article from the Independent details how two inmates,
Uh-huh.
both serving time for murder
Right.
and claiming they've never met face-to-face, managed to have a baby together.
And this isn't some casual encounter. We're talking about a carefully orchestrated plan that involves some serious creativity and, dare I say, a touch of romance.
All right, let's meet our unlikely parents. Daisy Link, 29, and Joan Deepaz, 24, both incarcerated at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center in Miami-Dade County, Florida.
Wow.
Link was serving time for second-degree murder and Deepaz for first-degree murder.
Oh, wow.
Serious charges, separate wings of the prison, yet somehow Link gave birth to a baby girl in June 2024.
June 2024.
The child now lives with Deepaz's mother.
Now, you're probably wondering how this even happened. The answer lies in the ventilation system. Remember those scenes in movies where prisoners whisper secrets through the vents?
Yeah, like in Shawshank Redemption.
Exactly. Well, in this case, the vents became a conduit for something far more intimate. Link and Deepaz claim that they use this unlikely channel to connect sending messages and, well, more than just messages through the prison's ventilation system.
Wait, so they're telling us that a baby was conceived through a prison vent? That sounds like something straight out of an urban legend.
I know it's hard to believe, but this is where the story gets even more unbelievable.
Okay.
For a whole month, Deepaz would carefully package his semen in saran wrap and send it through the vent multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day, talk about dedication.
And on the other side, Link would retrieve these packages and use yeast infection applicators for insemination. It was a risky and, let's be honest, pretty ingenious plan.
It sounds almost impossible. Could this actually work? Is there any scientific basis to this?
Well, that's the question everyone was asking, right? And to get to the bottom of it, we have to turn to medical expertise. Dr. Fernando Eckerman, medical director of the Fertility Center of Miami, confirmed that while the odds are slim conception through this method, IS scientifically possible.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. I mean, it's a testament to the resilience of, well, everything involved.
It really makes you wonder what's possible when people are determined to connect.
Right.
The human spirit is a powerful force.
So we have this incredibly improbable story, a baby born under extraordinary circumstances, and it's all playing out against the backdrop of a high-security prison. What happened next?
Well, as you can imagine, the news of this unconventional birth caused quite a stir.
Yeah.
Link herself calls the baby a miracle, comparing the conception to the Virgin Mary.
I can see why she'd use that comparison, but I'm guessing the prison officials weren't exactly celebrating this miracle.
You're absolutely right. This situation threw a major wrench into their protocols and raised a whole host of questions about security, inmate rights, and the logistical challenges of managing a situation like this.
Yeah, because this isn't just about two inmates finding a way to connect. It's a story that forces us to confront some really complex issues, but the very nature of prison, the human need for connection, and the limits of what we think is possible.
Absolutely, and the story doesn't end there. Remember, share, comment, follow, and subscribe, because we'll unpack all of this in just a moment.
So, where were we? Ah, yes, a baby born within the walls of a high-security prison, conceived through methods that would make even the most seasoned medical professionals raise an eyebrow.
It's like the plot of a movie, except this is real life with real consequences. After news of the birth broke, Link and Deepaz were immediately transferred to separate facilities. Deepaz to the Metro West Detention Center and Link remaining at Turner Guilford Night.
Understandably so, prison officials needed to contain the situation, prevent further security breaches, and, of course, launch a full investigation.
I can only imagine the scramble to figure out how this happened and how to prevent it from happening again. But beyond the logistical nightmare, this situation raises some truly profound questions about the very purpose of incarceration. Exactly. It forces us to examine the balance between punishment and rehabilitation, security, and basic human rights. Is it possible to maintain order within a prison while also acknowledging the inherent human need for connection, and in this case, even family?
Because let's be real, this wasn't just a casual fling.
Right.
Deepaz sending his semen through the vent multiple times a day for a month. That suggests a level of commitment, and yearning that goes beyond a simple desire to break the rules.
It's a testament to the power of human connection, the lengths people will go to for intimacy and love, even in the most restrictive and unlikely of circumstances. And it begs the question, are we doing enough to address these fundamental needs within our correctional facilities?
Are we so focused on punishment that we're neglecting the very things that could help rehabilitate individuals and prepare them for reintegration into society?
Because here's the thing. Despite the unconventional and, let's be honest, shocking nature of their actions, Lincoln Deep has managed to create something beautiful and life-affirming: a child. And that child, now living with Deep as his mother, represents a bond that transcends the physical bars of their confinement.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest of places, hope and love can find a way. And it challenges us to look beyond the stereotypes and see the human beings behind the prison uniforms, the individuals with complex emotions, desires, and yes, the capacity for love and connection.
And this isn't just a feel-good story. It has serious implications for how we approach incarceration and the treatment of those within the system.
Because if something as fundamental as the desire for connection can lead to such a remarkable, albeit a controversial outcome, it begs the question, what are we missing? What other needs are being neglected that could potentially lead to even more challenging situations?
This case really underscores the need for a more nuanced conversation about prison reform. It's about finding a balance between ensuring safety and security, while also recognizing that these are human beings with hopes, dreams, and yes, even biological urges that cannot be ignored.
And it's about creating an environment that, while punitive, also offers opportunities for genuine human connection and rehabilitation.
Remember, this isn't just an isolated incident. It's a symptom of a much larger issue, a systemic problem that needs to be addressed.
We can't just sweep this story under the rug and pretend it never happened. We need to learn from it to engage in open and honest dialogue about the realities of prison life and the need for meaningful reform.
This isn't about condoning criminal behavior. It's about recognizing the humanity of those who have committed crimes and finding ways to create a system that is both just and humane.
Because in the end, what does it say about our society if we're willing to incarcerate individuals without considering their basic human needs and the potential consequences of neglecting those needs?
This story has really taken us down a rabbit hole, hasn't it? It's a story about love and ingenuity, and the lengths people will go to for connection, all set against the backdrop of one of the most restrictive environments imaginable. It's a stark reminder that even within the walls of prison life, with all its complexities and contradictions, finds a way.
And, thinking about Lincoln Deep has a story, it really makes you wonder about all the other stories that are unfolding behind those walls, stories that we never hear about.
Stories of resilience, resourcefulness, and the enduring human spirit. It's easy to forget that incarcerated individuals are still people with dreams, desires, and the capacity for love and connection.
Exactly. And this case challenges us to confront our own preconceived notions about prison and the people who inhabit those spaces. Are we too quick to judge? Do we allow ourselves to see the humanity in those who have committed crimes?
These are tough questions, and there are no easy answers. But one thing is for sure, this story forces us to re-examine our assumptions and to engage in a more nuanced conversation about justice, rehabilitation, and the very nature of human connection.
Because if a baby can be conceived through a prison vent, it begs the question, what else is possible? What other boundaries can be pushed? What other barriers can be overcome when people are driven by a deep need for connection?
This isn't just a story about a prison birth, it's a story about the power of the human spirit to find a way even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles.
So Crunch Fam, as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this incredible story? What resonated with you the most?
Leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear your perspectives. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us for more deep dives into the most fascinating and thought-provoking stories out there.
Because sometimes the most unbelievable stories are the ones that teach us the most about ourselves and the world around us.